In this video, we're going to see how we can able to create a new skill for our agent and then start customizing the standard topics and actions. Yeah. So this is what we are going to learn. We will pick up a business use case and then start customizing topics and actions and then, make our AI more intelligent in solving some of the business use cases or problems. Yeah. So we're going to use Flow to build an action that will get a particular task done by the user. And we will talk about the importance of instructions and descriptions and how it will enable your AI to be more intelligent and get things done for the user. Yeah, and also we will see how we can able to test action and then activate your Einstein Copilot or internal agent. Yeah, so this is the business use case that we are going to solve now. So we are going to uh, uh, or we have been tasked to add intelligence to the internal AI agent, which is Einstein Copilot. So we are going to help a sales and marketing team to quickly create a lead. So using that chat interface. Okay, of course the users can go to the standard tab and then click on new button and then start creating a lead. But instead, with minimal information, we are going to let sales and marketing team to create lead. So certainly these are the four steps that we are going to follow. Yeah, as I said earlier, I'll be using Flow. I can also use Apex or prompt template. In this case, to make it very convenient and simple, I'll use Flow to um, you know um, to create a lead. Okay, so this is the logic. This is where I'm going to write the logic. Then we will create topic and action and then move forward. Yeah, so let's go back to the org. Yeah, this is how the final output will look like. Okay, so this is the org where I'm just going to simply say, I'm going to use simple language. Yeah, I met John Peter in a marketing event from uh, Biotech LLC. Can you create a lead record for me? So this is a simple instruction which you think a sales or a marketing user is providing, an instruction. So now the AI is intelligent enough to ask me, the mandatory fields or the required inputs for creating a lead. So certainly email address looks like it is important. So let's say I enter an email address. Let's say I enter some junk email. Yeah. So now uh, what we have done is we just introduced certain instructions through which AI is going to check the format. Yes, certainly it is not a valid format. So I'll provide a valid format. I'll just say jp at biotech.com. So now this is a valid email format. Let's hit enter and see what happens. So if everything is okay, yeah, it will start creating a lead. Looks like it's not able to find the last name, so I'll just say Peter is the last name. Okay, yeah. So now let's see what happens. So let's wait for this to complete. Perfect. Looks like a new lead has been created and this is the lead ID. Yeah, which is cool, right? So I can go to the org and then I can go to lead and then look at a quick uh, have a quick check. Yeah, whether a lead is created or not. So I'll go to leads and if I go to all open leads and John Peter is right here, Biotech LLC. Perfect, right? So now this is the expected output. But by default our internal agent does not have this um, intelligence to create a new lead. For example, I'll go to another org. Yeah, so this is an org where I have enabled Einstein Copilot or agent, and this is something that out of the box available with only standard options and topics. Yeah, I'm going to ask the same question, the same question that I tried earlier in this org. So I'll go right here. Remember, this is the question that this is my question to the chat to the AI, right? So I'll go here. I'll ask the same question. Okay. Now let's see what happens in this org. Yes, as you can just see, it does not have that intelligence right now to create a lead. Yeah, it understands that the user is trying to create a lead. It might, it might suggest you existing lead record. Could you please provide some additional details? So before I do, I think I picked a wrong org. Let me just cross check. Just give me 1 minute. Yes, just like I expected, right? So it's trying to get more information, which is fine. But as a next step, when I just provide additional information, right, it says that right now it does not have that ability to create a lead, right? So that's the reason it just dictates me just go to the lead tab and then start creating a lead, manually. But this is where our use case come into the play. So now we are going to add intelligence to the AA agent, right? So let's see how we can able to do it. Yeah. The very first thing is I need a flow to create a record lead record. Yeah. So I go to flow. So there is a flow that we have already created, and the type of the flow is template triggered flow. Yeah. So I can use either auto launched flow or template triggered flow, and a very, very simple flow. This is the template triggered flow, and you can go with manual inputs. Okay, you don't have to go with automatic inputs. Choose manual inputs, and then there are four variables introduced: first name, last name, email address, and company name. So with these variables, simply a new lead record gets created. That's it. Yeah. So once this is done, I'm using add prompt instructions element to just simply tell AI that okay, the lead has been created, and this is the lead ID. That's it. Okay, so this is the flow builder, or this is the flow that that's created. Yeah. So now how do we this is the one that actually are going to create a lead, right? So now I need to hand this over to the AI so that the AI will understand the human or the user's context, yeah, from the chat conversation, and then at the right time it will call this flow. Okay, flow is actually the one that's going to create a lead, but when to call this flow, so making a decision, right, when to call this flow and when to ignore, it's something that Salesforce reasoning engine will do. Yeah, and that's what we are going to do it right now. Yeah, so let's go back to the org, and let's look for the agent. Yeah, this is where it is, right? So Einstein Copilot, and I'll go in the builder mode, open in builder. And the first thing is we need to deactivate this. So while it is active, we cannot make any changes. So let me deactivate this agent. And as I said earlier, right, we have topics and actions, correct? So topics, so these are general CRM, single record summary. These are some standard topics. So I create a new topic. Yeah, I'll go to new, create a new topic. I'm going to give a name to the topic. I'll just say this is lead management. Okay, or lead related queries. I can name it anything. Okay, anything. So I need to provide a description, and this is where when you build AI agent, autonomous AI agents, right? Your instructions or your description really, really, really matters. A lot of time we tend to ignore the instruction or ignore the description, input fields, but in AI or when you build autonomous AI agents, your instructions really matter a lot, because the model behind the scenes understands your natural language. Accordingly, it makes a decision. Yeah. So that's the main reason why the instruction and descriptions are really really important. Yeah. So talking about this instruction or the description about the topic, so this is where we're going to explain what task this particular topic, okay, yeah, or the different tasks that this particular topic will help accomplishing the user. For example, if we go back now, so this is the topic, and I'll just simply say that this particular topic, okay, will help the user to get any answers related to the lead. Okay, some of the actions supported are creating lead, or summarizing lead data, yeah, and etc. Okay, yeah. So that's the description, yeah, and scope. So I'll clearly define the scope of this particular topic. Okay, this is around the lead, right? So in this case, right now the scope is only creating a lead. So I'll just ensure the scope is very, very limited to creating a lead. But as the scope increases, you can able to just add another line right in the scope. Doesn't matter, So that's how we increase the scope of our, topic as well. Instructions. Yeah. So I can add as many instructions as possible. You have to be detailed enough. Okay. Think of your, AA agent as a baby. Okay, so when you want to provide some instructions to a kid or a baby, right, or a kid, so what do you do? You'll try to be as detailed as possible, correct? So follow the same approach. So think of AI as a kid. Okay, so try to provide a very, very detailed instruction. Okay, you can have as many instruction as you want. So I'll just first put the first instruction helps user to create a lead. So the user may ask create a lead or get a lead created for me. Multiple ways in which the same task can be or the user can use multiple ways to ask the same task, correct? Yeah, same action. So so user may do this, right? Or um, other instructions, right? So remember, when the email address was invalid, the format was invalid, the A was intelligent enough to tell me that, hey, the format was invalid. Can you give me the right format? This is how it was accomplished. So there is a specific instruction. I'm not writing any code, you know, to uh, to check the format of email address. So I'm going to make use of the AA's inbuilt intelligence to validate the email address. Okay. So when the email address is given, I'm just wanted to ensure the domain and the format both are valid. Otherwise, do not proceed. Okay, have the user to enter the right, format. And also the instruction I'm going to give to the AI is ensure the last name is absolutely mandatory. Okay, otherwise do not proceed. Okay, and otherwise do not proceed. Yeah. So that's the next instruction. So I can add as many instruction as I want. Okay. So I'll just say once a lead is created, just see if you can able to show this in a link, as a link for the user to click and then navigate to the record. So right now it is not supported. Okay, yeah, but anyways, I'll keep this instruction on. Okay, and so when the full name is given, okay, like John Doe or John Peter, right? So I'll let AI to decide if it's possible. Let it split the name, first name and last name from the full name. Okay, otherwise it can ask the user. Okay, so these are the instructions that I wanted to set it up for the topic. Okay, again, when you introduce another functionality for this inside the same topic, you can add more instructions. Okay, yeah. You can also provide example input. The user may ask create lead or get a lead created, new lead, etc. Okay, these are some example user inputs. Next. Okay, so now a topic has been created. So now, as I said earlier, right, you can able to map multiple actions. So these are some predefined actions. Yeah, and the one that we have created is a flow, right? TTF create lead. So let's see whether we are able to find this right here. So I'll search for, looks like I have to refresh this page. So let me, before I do anything, so let me add some standard actions. Okay, yeah. So I'll try to add some standard actions. One is certainly identify object by name, record by name, then query records, query with aggregate. Then I'll have, for now, I'll just add standard actions alone. Okay, yeah. So now the next thing is I need to bring in the custom action, right? So now I just create a standard action, fine. Yeah, I'm not going to activate now. I'll go back. Okay, but it is save, isn't it? Yeah. Anyways, let's see. Okay, so once you are back, okay, let's see how we can able to test, how we can able to add a custom action. Yeah, so I'll go to agent actions and Perfect. Yeah. So I'm going to create a new agent action. Okay. So the action is to create a lead, right? When you just go to the type, so you have multiple options. I'm going to go with the flow. Okay. You can use Apex or Prompt Builder as well. So I'll look for the create lead action. That's it. Okay. I can just say create lead as an action label. Okay. And let it be the API name as well. That's it. Next. Yeah. So again, right here, the instructions don't really matter. Okay. So as I said, whenever you build an autonomous AI agent, your instructions, your descriptions, really matter. So here, I'm gonna give instruction, very very clear instruction to the lead. I'll just say, hey, this is your task. Okay, and this is the this is the task, and this is your um, objective task, and then format. I can just provide all the information. So the task is, so I'm going to say that, so your task is, so this action, the task is to create a lead record. Yeah, and you will create a lead record when user provides information. Okay. Yeah, and you will create a record in on in lead object. Okay. Yeah. So not only that, we can also give instructions like, input parameter of type text, should be the lead first name. Okay, I'll come back here. So, so this is a, these are two instructions that I wanted to provide. Yeah, one is clearly the task, then the object that it will, it will uh, create, it will affect. Okay, the object that it will affect. Yeah. So you can again, use your plain natural language and then provide more clarity to the instructions. Yeah, and as you can just see, the input variables, correct, in your the variables that we created, right, in the flow. Yeah, all the input variables are appearing right in the copilot in the the agent action. So here I can also provide instructions. I'll just say this is a input parameter of type text that will accept the first name. Okay, so this is something that the system can collect information from the user. It's not a required input, so I'll leave it as is. Okay, company name, same thing. Okay, so required, this is not required input, so collect data from the user, and this is a required input, right? Or email address is two things. The first thing is, right, it is it should be an email address, and second instruction is the format has to be valid. So I'll indicate that as well right in this instruction. So collect the data from the user. Last name, this is a last name, and I'll just ensure that this is also collected from the user, and also it's a required input, without which I don't want the system to proceed further. Yeah, and the output. Okay, so this is the output that we will get. If you remember the add instructions, add prompt instructions, it's going to give me a text output, correct? So I'll go back here. I'll just say show in conversation. So I have rich text as well. For now, I'll go with text. In the later video, we'll just see how we can able to use rich text as well. Yeah. So let's click on finish. That's it. My action is ready now. Yeah. So the topic we created, copilot action we created, or agent action we created. Now let's let's bring this custom action. Okay. I'll go back to the agent again. I'm in step 3 if you recollect. Yeah. We built the flow. We created a topic. We created a copilot. We created an agent action. Now we need to map topic and action. So let's go back here. I'll open it in Builder and deactivate, because without which we cannot add action to an existing topic or create a new topic. Nothing can be done. So I'll go to lead management and I'll go to topic section, and then I'll search for the create lead, or I'll go to new add from asset library, and create a lead just starts appearing right here. Just select that and then click on finish. That's it. Okay, so what we have just seen is it is possible for you to mix both standard action and custom action together when you create a topic. Yeah, now how do we test this, right? So this is where Salesforce brings in the this this again, the agent studio. It is not just for creating a topic and creating action and then mapping and then get your action mapped to a topic. So you can also test whether whether for a given question whether the AI agent is going to pick up the right action and then get it. Because the whole idea is, I created a flow which is doing some business implement or which is some logic, right, for implementing a business process, correct? Yeah, and I need to know how this agent will pick up this particular flow at the right time. Okay, by understanding the user context. Okay, so now I'm gonna test this. I'll just simply say new lead or get a new lead created for me. I'll just simply do this and then hit enter. Now the brain of the brain of this entire AI agent, right, has just come into the play. So now you can just see this is the prompt that I had given, and intelligently Salesforce AI agent has picked up the new topic that I created, and these are the instructions that I had given, right? So based on keeping these instructions in mind, okay, it's trying to understand the context of the user, and it did, these are the actions available. It understands that I'm trying to get a lead created, isn't it? Yeah. But do I have that action right here? I think I did not include create lead, right? Okay. Anyways, so let's see what happens when we continue, without having that action right here. Okay. So um, I think let's let's go to add one, create a lead, finish. This is a lead management. Let's just ensure that this is added. Yeah, it still says create a label. And go again. Create leads right here. Let's click on finish. Okay, we got this create lead. Okay, right. So now I'm gonna proceed further. Okay, I'm gonna say John Doe, right? And email is jd at geniepoint.com. Okay. Yeah. So now let's see from this particular response, I still need the company name. See, remember, company name is one of the input parameters, and then we configure in such a way that company name can be taken as an input from the user, right? So I'll just say Genie Point. Enter. Let's see what happens. So now the agent has actually picked up the topic and it's trying to, get the right um, right topic. Yeah, so looks like it kind of confused between the creator label and creator lead, right? Yeah, which means I need to either remove the actions that are not needed, or I need to strengthen my instructions. So this is the classic example of how, or the significance, right, of your instructions and descriptions. Okay, yeah. So when you test it, you might get into a situation where the action is not appropriately picked up, even though the topic was picked up, the right action was not picked up. Okay, so in such case it is important for you to go and then fine tune your instruction. I'll do it right away. Okay, and then we can just rerun this. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just remove this topic for a moment. Okay, remove this uh, action from the topic. Yeah, so I'll just say Genie. Now let's see what happens. No, I think the AA agent is still needs to be. I think the instruction and descriptions, right? We should we should ensure that it's more clear, right? So maybe I'll just rerun this or restart from the beginning. Yeah. So I'll just say new lead to be created with name John Doe from Genie Point. Yeah, with the email address jd at genie.com. Yeah, let's see what happens now, whether it's going to pick up the right topic and action to get things done. Let's see. Right, behind the scenes, the Atlas reasoning engine, did pick up the topic, correct? And it's trying to find the lead name. Yeah, good. So the lead last name is, I'll just say John Doe. The Doe is the last name. Let's see what happens. So it's trying to get, confirmation from my end. Is this the last name, right? Yeah. Yes, looks like a new lead has been created. So okay. So if the user, provides something like this, it did work. Okay, I'll try this with a different, with a different question. Like I'll just say, get a new lead created without providing any information. So now let's see whether the AI agent is going to ask me all the details. You can just see this, right? It just opened up a kind of a form where I can enter first name, last name, company name, etc. Cool, pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. So this is the power of Atlas reasoning engine. So based on the user context, okay, it finds the right topic and action. So to get that action completed, okay, whatever inputs needed, etc., gets collected from the user. So it looks like it's pretty good now. I'll activate this. So once it is activated, I can go back to the page. Okay, I'll just refresh this page and then try testing it from the console directly. Yeah. So I'll use the same, the previous input. Okay. So remember, this is the one, right? Yeah. So I'll go back here. Let's see what happens. John Peter, marketing event, biotech is the company. Okay, it's asking me whether I can help with the email address. Yeah, I'll just say jp at biotech.com. Yeah. So now let's see. So previously did not have this intelligence of creating a lead. So now let's see. It's asking me, I still need John's last name. So okay, Doe or Peter. Let's see what happens. Okay. So we did test this. We did test this, and now behind the scenes, that's the precise thing what's going to happen. Okay. So now a new lead has just been created, and now this is the ID of the lead. So now let's go back to the lead object and then just cross check whether it did create a new lead with the name John Doe. Oh, sorry, not John Doe, John Peter. Yeah, it is correct. For yes, the company Biotech LLC. See, so before we started this implementation, the agent did not have an ability to create a lead, correct? So now using AI with a simple chat interface, correct? We implemented a business use case which is creating a lead, isn't it? And what else we did? We did learn. So unlike the traditional way of developing, a code or a software, right? So when you build a AI agent, your instructions really matter. Okay. Yeah. So you are helping AI, which is more like a kit with a very detailed, instructions and descriptions. Yeah, and description to make or enable AI to pick up the right business implementation, right? Which can be which is which is built using either Flow or Apex or prompt template, correct? And then get your job done. Yeah. I hope this was helpful. So in the next video, we will try to increase the complexity and then see how a agent, can help in solving a little more, complex scenarios. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.